time for a new test. Put the lines on the trash compactor at the station, and you will be rewarded.
Done. I guess now I just wait.
Listen.
The scientist is in hiding. The storehouse has been secured. The chemical agent is no longer a threat. I know you're recording this. I know you can pass this to my family. They need to know why I left. You have to make sure they find out.
What message? Thank you for finding my suitcase.
I hope you don't mind. I took a peek inside to confirm it was yours. I gotta say, if you're so attached to your mom's jeans, why did you take them on an international flight?
Those are mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. You look nice today, he said with a hopeful smile.
Let's just move on. There was a poem in my suitcase. It's missing.
What are you talking about?
There was nothing like that in there?
Not that I saw.
Talk to you later.
See you around. So, if you don't mind me asking, why was that scrapbook so important?
It was my mother's.
I mean, I get that. But was there anything else in there?
I guess it doesn't matter now, but it was something that was important to my mom.
What?
My dad didn't want me looking in my mom's files, but I sort of picked the lock on his file cabinet and copied everything I could. There was a copy of the poem Jabberwocky that had these strange markings. I was hoping they meant something.
Like she left you a message?
Yeah, like that. It's silly. I know it is.
No, it isn't. When you miss someone, you grasp at straws. We all do that.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hi, Nancy.
So, am I on speakerphone?
Yeah. Yes, Nancy, you are on the speakerphone.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I would like to remind... Shut up, Ned.
Don't talk to Ned that way.
Actually, at this, juncture, that might be warranted. Thank you, Ned. You're welcome. Shut up, Ned. Nancy, do you want to take a guess at why I'm upset with Ned right now?
He broke into the house?
Well, can't say that doesn't factor in. I'm upset with Ned because he let you talk him into something dangerous, and he wasn't smart enough to stop you.
Whoa, hold on.
All due respect, Mr. Drew, you're wrong. All due respect, Mr. Nickerson, you're a complete... Let me finish. I know how serious this is, but I also know Nancy. Better than her own father, I assume? As well as... But I can admit something you can't. And just what exactly is that? Nothing I say is going to stop Nancy, not this time. I understand why you don't want to help her, but that'll make things more dangerous for Nancy. She called me because she knows that my faith in her is stronger than my fear for her. So, now you can tell me to shut up. The poem is on the top shelf of the bedroom closet. Can you go get it and give me a moment with Nancy? Sure thing, Mr. Drew. Sorry I burgled your house. Nancy, I don't know what to do here, kiddo. I wish you would just come home. But I think Ned is right, and you were right to go to him.
Thanks. I'll talk to you again soon. Mom's copy of Jabberwocky. Now to figure out what it means. got it. Need to be quick about this. Bridget could be back at any second. This is straight up weird. She's tracking my movements? I think I'd better find out more before I confront her about this. All right, let's see what Bridget's up to. Okay, I need to use the McLaughlin pattern here. Is she talking about a dead drop? If I work fast enough, I might be able to intercept the package. What? What happened?
Someone broke into my room!
What was taken?
My money?
Just your money?
What kind of a question is that?
Well, money's... Sorry, just trying to see how I can help. Have you ever heard of Revenant?
Are you a spy or something?
No, just something I overheard.
Oh yeah. I guess a spy wouldn't just ask a stranger that. Well, not a good spy. Revenant's supposed to be this terrorist organization, but they tapped out 10 years ago. Now it's just the psychos that talk about him. Keeps their psychotic minds busy, which is either very good or very bad.
I just saw a group of men in suits headed toward your room. They look like spies or something.
What?
I need to slide a track of canisters out. Got it. I need to complete this myself to see what Bridget was up to. This should work for the dead drop. Dead drop, drop dead. I'll give it some time and see what happens next.
Where were you? I wasn't sure if you had a party or if you got murdered. Either way, it would have been nice to be invited.
I went to spend a little time at a cabin.
Who just goes to a cabin by themselves? Shut up! Did you bring Alec?
You know Alec?
I know he's not into me, but now I see why.
Alec did not come with me, and how do you know about him anyway?
I'm not here to judge.
Well, there's nothing to judge.
Let me check the docket. May I refer you to the case of Tree versus Nancy and Alec? Tree alleges Kiss.
Ugh, enough!
Oh, fine, I believe you. I'm just jealous. ING.
What are you really up to? You've been tracking me since I arrived. I bet your name isn't even really Bridget.
No, your name isn't Bridget.
Who are you really? Why were you asking me so many questions?
Ah, thank you. I am so sick of that accent. And I am so sick of you. Go home, Nancy Drew. Otherwise, you will die.
I should investigate that chair when I can. If I can get all of the colors into the correct circle, I should be able to get this off. Whoa, who is this note about?
Nancy.
How was my mom involved with the colony operation?
Your mum stopped it.
How?
Not much is known, really. The operation needed 3 things. Someone to develop the biological agent, someone to make it in quantity, and someone to distribute it in a way that would affect the entire city. Your mum broke that chain. I don't know how.
What's the story with the cabin you sent me to?
The cabin is one of many. Cathedral had it fitted with tech for Kate and me once colony started to heat up. No one but Kate and I knew of the location. Do not give that information out. To anyone.
What happened when you were gone?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
Maybe it's personal. Did you ever stop to think about that?
Do you have anything that will help me understand what my mom was doing here and why she was involved in tracking such a dangerous group?
At first it was a police matter, but your mother was studying them for Cathedral. She had a crazy theory.
Which was...
Here.
I don't really understand what this all means.
Someone was using Glasgow as their laboratory. Each experiment was getting bigger, scarier. When we were done with our research, we were staring Revenant dead in the eye. We didn't know it until we were dragged into the central office for an emergency briefing, of course. That was fun. But we did know we were looking at something terrifying.
My mom had a song she always played. Do you know anything about it?
She loved that song. It may just be sentimental, but I don't know. Doubt it.
What's the story with your record player?
Go on, take a look. I'm a novice turntablist.
You, DJ?
Once in a while. Mainly just party nights at the pub down the way. But I've been branching out into deep house lately.
Really? Oh, that's surprising.
I know you think you're going to stay the same age forever, but you won't. There, is this better? Oh, that belongs to the sweet young man who brings my meals. He's such a dear, even helping me dig my own grave in the back garden.
All right, I get it.
Have a seat, dearie. I'll tell you about how things used to cost less. And then I'll say something racist, and you won't even know what to do about it because I'm old and it just seems like a lost cause at this point.
Enough. I'm sorry. It's a completely expected hobby. Why are people after you right now?
The colony operation is restarted and they're looking to pick up where they left off. Nancy, your mother's death wasn't an accident.
I know. That's what the message that led me here said.
I know it wasn't an accident. Your father knows it wasn't an accident. The only other people who know are the people who killed her. That's who sent you the message.
Why was I brought to Glasgow?
They think you might be the key to the secrets Kate left behind.
I'm not.
You could be. Kate would never give you information that would put you in danger. But the more you love someone, the more you show your secrets, whether you mean to or not. That's why the family of a spy is never safe, as your father was fond of pointing out.
Who is the silent spy?
What?
The message I got mentioned a silent spy.
It's gallows humour. It's a take on an old book.
Meaning?
The only silent spy is a dead spy.
How did you and my mom know each other?
We were both in the same J-school programme. She was a better journalist than I was, and I hated her for it. A fact I made plainly clear. After graduation, I was happy I'd never have to see that smug face of hers ever again. Until, of course, in true Kate style, she called out of the blue to say she'd set me up with a job at the paper she'd been working at. I don't know if she mistook my hatred for healthy competition, or what it was all about. Your mother had this infuriating habit of expecting the best out of people. She confused me into being nice to her. I dare say I miss her almost as much as you must.
So you are a spy, and my mother, was she?
She was.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I made a promise to Kate that if anything happened to her, you would never, ever be dragged into this mess.
What made you change your mind?
You dragged yourself in. From here on out, it's survival.
How did you become friends with my mom?
We worked together at the Standard. She did features, I did news. She was a good friend.
So the two of you worked together back when you were a reporter?
Still am. Well, a blogger, so hard to say.
Everyone keeps telling me to leave. I can't do that.
You still don't get it. This isn't dangerous to just you. You just made your entire life a target. Your father, your friends, anyone who knows you.
Does that include you?
Oh, don't factor me in. I bought my ticket years back.
Do you know anything about my cathedral contact, Ewan?
Not a thing. I lost the keys to Cathedral long ago. In my experience, Cathedral means well, but don't trust recklessly.
Did my mom live out here after I was born?
Not quite. She'd come out here for months at a time with you and your father. Back then, we were still writing together. You weren't in school yet, so you were good to go anywhere. And Carson used to like it here. Those were good times.
My father told me not to trust you. Something's not adding up here.
I'm not sorry that I lied. I'm sorry that I have to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I can see that.
Your mother came back to Scotland because I begged her to. She told me for months that Cathedral was like her family, but you and Carson were her family. She had a responsibility to you. She had made a promise to your father, and she meant it. But I begged. I told her I believed she was the only one who could help me stop the attack. That wasn't the lie.
What was?
I promised her she'd have round-the-clock MI5 protection from wheels down to meeting you at baggage claim back home. She trusted me.
There was no one watching her, was there?
No. As surely as she saved untold lives, I took hers with that lie. I took her from you with that lie. Please forgive me. Better yet, don't forgive me. Get angry and leave and go home.
I'm stuck here.
What do you mean?
My passport has been revoked.
What? By whom?
I don't know. I'm working on it. But I'm not surprised. The world your mom moved in.
Yeah, when were you going to tell me about that?
I can't fix this for you.
I'm not asking you to fix things for me.
I'm not helping you.
Dad. You were too rude to Ned.
I was angry.
I know, but
I'll talk to him. That's the first time he stood up to me like that.
well, it's the first time he needed to.
Okay, you win. Look, I'm not going to be the most helpful person in all of this. But I'll stop being an obstacle.
Thank you.
Don't thank me yet. You and I have some talking to do when you get home.
I need to know everything.
Fine. But hey, do you remember the name of your kindergarten teacher's dog?
Sure, Zabo.
Good. You still have that impeccable memory. Remember this and tack it onto the back of every single thing I say. Please come home.
What did Mom really do?
She was a journalist.
What kind?
You know how you write me and Hannah those letters?
Yeah?
That's pretty much what she did. She'd head out, tackle some strange mystery that had gotten her attention, and then she'd come back with the answers.
Do you know anything about the colony operation?
Just what's in the news.
Do you think there's any truth to the idea that someone is trying to start it up again?
I'm almost certain of it.
Why?
When people come looking for Kate's things, they always want to focus on what she was working on last. There was this very persistent woman who wanted everything Kate worked on, all of her notes.
Recently?
Yes, I should have just handed them over. Maybe you wouldn't be drawn into all this.
You were right about Moira.
How so?
She lied to Mom. She promised her she'd be protected here.
What?
She promised Mom that she'd have a guard at all times during her last trip here.
I thought your mom was lying about that.
She wasn't. Moira was.
Oh. And so Moira just told you this?
I think she's been trying to tell someone for a while. She thought she was doing the right thing for Glasgow.
That wasn't her decision to make.
I know. You might want to talk to her about it someday.
No.
I really think you should.
Make it home safely and we'll talk about it. Until then, just because she gave you some sob story, don't trust her for a second.
I don't understand anything about this attack.
I bet. I know it had your mother obsessed for a very long time. She couldn't figure it out either. She was sure it was part of some long-term plan.
Plan for what?
That's where she stopped. She never had enough information to put things together.
What information could Mom have that's so important?
I know I shouldn't be telling you this.
But you're going to?
Your mother somehow threw a wrench into the entire operation. Her plan before she left, at least from what I could figure out, was to find some scientist, presumably the one who helped with the attack, and put him in protective custody. It sounds like he was just some guy who got in over his head. He'd be happy to hide from everything. I assume she was able to do that, but that's all I've been able to figure out.
Why don't we ever talk about Mom?
I didn't want to upset you.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's why I never talked to you about her.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start.
Me either.
You know, when it's time, it's time. We'll talk then.
Talk to you later.